Analyzing Proverbs logically, huh? This is going to be fun. So, love, do you know how Proverbs were born?
I think Proverbs are old sayings people created to share wisdom. But why were they created in the first place?
Good question. People created Proverbs to convey truths, advice, or observations in a memorable way. Imagine you're a farmer in ancient times. You observe the seasons and realize that a stitch in time saves 9 is a perfect way to tell your neighbors that small efforts now prevent big problems later. Instead of explaining it every time, you just drop a proverb.
So, it's like a shortcut for sharing wisdom. But why do they use such strange language? I mean, who says a rolling stone gathers no moss?
Well, Proverbs had to be catchy to stick in people's minds. Back then, they didn't have TikTok to spread trends, so they used rhymes, metaphors, and sometimes weird language to make their ideas memorable. A rolling stone gathers no moss is a great example. It's a metaphor saying that someone who doesn't settle down won't accumulate responsibilities or problems.
You mean it's like saying if you keep moving, you stay free?
Exactly. Now, let's talk about how Proverbs evolved. Over time, as societies changed, so did the meanings of some proverbs. For instance, curiosity killed the cat. Originally, it warned against sticking your nose where it doesn't belong. But as curiosity became value, people added, but satisfaction brought it back, suggesting that curiosity, when managed wisely, leads to learning.
That's interesting. It's like Proverbs are living things, they adapt. But some of them still sound so old-fashioned. Why haven't they been updated?
Another sharp observation. The reason many proverbs haven't changed is tradition. They're like verbal antiques, valued for their age and the wisdom they carry. But we do see new versions, or entirely new proverbs, popping up. For example, garbage in, garbage out is a modern one from the computing world.
Ah, I see. So, Proverbs reflect the times, but they also remind us of how people used to think. What's an example of a really strange one?
How about, the proof of the pudding is in the eating? It's weird because it doesn't make much sense literally. But logically, it means that the true value of something can only be judged by trying it out. The trivia here? Originally, pudding referred to a type of sausage, not dessert.
Wait, really? That's hilarious. So, it's actually about eating sausage.
Precisely. And that's a great example of how language changes over time, too. What once made perfect sense now sounds funny. It's like a time capsule.
I get it now. Proverbs are like history lessons hidden in advice. But if they're so old, can we really trust them today?
You're on fire today, love. That's a key point. Some proverbs hold timeless truths, like actions speak louder than words. Others might be outdated, like spare the rod, spoil the child, which reflects a harsher time when physical discipline was common. The trick is to analyze them critically and see if they still apply.
So, we should ask ourselves, does this still make sense? Or is there a better way to express this idea?
Exactly. By doing that, you're not just memorizing wisdom, you're understanding it. Proverbs are like seeds, they're small but grow into something meaningful if you plant them in the right soil, that is, your mind.
That's deep, good. So, analyzing Proverbs is like updating our wisdom, right?
You nailed it, love. It's about keeping the wisdom relevant while respecting where it came from. That way, we can carry the best of the past into the future, without being weighed down by outdated ideas.